Hey there folks, Blue Label Bastard Wargaming here really quick. And I wanted to do a quick video and show finally some initial progress on my Beyond the Gates of Antares models. And I said I was going to start with the Ghar first, and I was trying to figure out a color scheme or paint scheme that I wanted to go with. And I wasn't a super huge fan of the very crisp and clean battlesuits. It just, when I looked at them myself, I mean, I like the Ghar battlesuits. I'm struggling a bit with the Ghar outside of the suits. They look kind of goblin-esque. So I know some other people have talked about trying to find some alternate models. I'm not sure if I'll do that or not. Anyways, I didn't really want to go with the clean and crisp model style, like with the bright white paint, which is kind of a common paint scheme. So I decided to kind of, and I knew I was going to be doing it on like a Death World kind of. If you look at some of my other battle reports, you'll see that I've got like or what I played Star Wars on, kind of a black board, dry brushed grays and white, so it looks like almost like the moon or something, like a Death World kind of thing. So I decided to embrace that, and I also embraced one of my my favorite movies, The Matrix, and I found a great tutorial on a completely different subject. Somebody did a paint scheme showing winterized style for the new 6mm wargame out for Kickstarter right now called Age of Tyrants, and I will put the video in the link there. And so I saw this, I'm like, I could use that for my Ghar, and end up having the Ghar, at least the battle suits, look a lot like some of the robots from the Matrix. So this is what I ended up with. Hopefully it shows up well here. And so you can see the base is just put it together myself, just different kinds of, coarse and fine grain stone. Airbrushed it. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this. Let me zoom in a little bit here. I wanted to try this style that this other tutorial used, which I highly recommend. Seems like a great painter to boot. Is if you look at, I always thought when I looked at the face of the Ghar battlesuits, it looked like, was it the hunter-killer drones from the Matrix? They always look like that to me. So I decided to kind of go with that. And I always like, if you look at a lot of my other battle reports, I like a lot of battle damage. I like things to be dirty and dusty. So what I did with this was, and I can, if people are interested, I go through some of the paints that I use, but I would kind of stick with the tutorial, and I kind of adapted the paints that I had here. But it is very gray, and so I'd spent a lot of time highlighting up the model because it would blend in a lot on the board, if that were the case. And then I decided to pick out some of the, I'm not sure if they're jewels or what, and painted them reds and oranges, and the lenses here too. But then I used a lot of weathering powders and different things, like the feet here are dusty where they'd be walking through, well, dust and rock and things. Because I don't like it necessarily when models look super clean. But I think I did a good job with the highlights. So people, it's not going to get lost on the table, but it definitely, I think, looks dirty and oily. I wanted the guns to look oily. Had some soot here on the ends. Obviously, they're plasma weapons in the game, but they look like a Gatling gun to me, so they're scorched. I think the Ghar, if I do it, will be a little. I don't know. For some reason, I look at the Ghar and I kind of think Necron. In the same way that these guys have been kind of purpose-bred for fighting, and they've been around for a long time. I just see that here, so I kind of wanted to embrace this. I think I did a good job with this. So the other thing, most of this is airbrush and washes, and then you can see the highlights here. I think they came out really, really good. And then a lot of weathering powders and oil stains and things. And so I'm really pleased with how this came out. I wanted a paint scheme that I could duplicate. Obviously, there's 5 other Ghar battlesuit models in the starter set. And then I'm going to decide what I want to do with the Ghar, because I don't know if I want to have really search around for a lot of a replacement for the non-battlesuit models, which just aren't kind of rubbing me the right way, or if I can even do a full battlesuit army. I mean, it may not be competitive or not right now. This is just a painting project versus a serious gaming one. So, anyways, if people are, I also used as part of this, I used the chipping as well. It doesn't show up quite as well on this. If you see it in person, it does a little bit more. But I did a lot of the chipping and things too. Some of the highlighting covered it up. This was a test model, so I think I may have overdone the washes a bit, but I busted this out. So sometimes I think I go, hey, if a little bit of wash is good, then a lot of wash is even better. And I think I may have lost some of the effect on this particular model. So I'll try to duplicate it with future ones. But I really enjoyed it. It went together really well. It painted up nicely. And so we'll see how it goes. So this was just kind of a quick diversion for me. So hopefully there will be more to come, and I will finish up the last two of this squad, which I haven't assembled yet. And I think I'm going to try to find some way to differentiate the squad leader. If I paint some stripes on it somewhere or what, just some way to show it differently. So anyways, hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or comments, I am always open to it. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.